Hey buds, it's Socialism Done Left here for Commie College, where I re-educate fellow leftoids that believe dumb shit. I apologize in advance if I sound sick, because I am. Today's dumb shit is Feinberg, Branton, and Martinez-Ebers 2019. The study claims that counties that held a Trump rally were associated with increased hate crime, or as the authors put it, quote, "We find that counties which hosted a Trump rally saw a 226% increase in hate-motivated incidents." Before actually publishing the study and going through peer review and so on, they wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post repeating this claim, and as you'd expect, this incendiary claim got widespread coverage, including from Vox, CNN, and the AP. Even Bernie Sanders, the politician with the biggest cock in the 2016 election, got in on it. Only PolitiFact had any skeptical coverage that I could find of the study. When I read the study, two things stuck out. First, the study only looks at the raw number of hate crimes instead of hate crimes per capita, which would be a more meaningful metric. One more hate crime in New York's 20 million people matters less than one more hate crime in Smallville's 2,000 people. That should be obvious. More people do more things in places that have more people, and as a result, their map of hate incidents by county looks mighty similar to the map of the United States' 50 largest cities. Second, the study isn't actually asserting a 226% increase of hate crimes. The study only has 1 year of data and compared counties that held a Trump rally with a similar demographic county that did not hold a Trump rally. That produces this incident rate ratio, or IRR graph, where a county that held a Trump rally had 3.26 times as many hate crimes as other demographically similar counties. But as PolitiFact properly notes, that doesn't mean that that particular county, or even that the average county that held a Trump rally, actually saw an increase of hate crimes from the previous year. So, to summarize, the study looks at absolute numbers instead of per capita rates and can't make any temporal claims, which the authors do. My criticisms turned out to be correct. Two fellows over at Reason, that libertarian blog, reanalyzed the data and found that simply adding the population of the county makes the results insignificant from zero, as you can see on this IRR graph, where the confidence intervals for the population control overlap zero, meaning the results aren't significant. Moreover, they found that the results for Hillary Clinton's rallies were virtually identical to those of Donald Trump's. If you don't control for population, Clinton rallies were associated with higher hate crime counts, as were Trump rallies. But if you do control for population, both Clinton rallies and Trump rallies aren't associated with higher hate crime counts. And as a side meme, judging by their GitHub commits, it looks like they plan to prove that the number of Taco Bells in a given county correlates with the number of hate crimes in a county, which would be delicious. Sadly, and I hope I never need to say these words again, but the libertarians at Reason were right about something. Sadly again, the story doesn't end there. The folks at Reason include a throwaway line that, if you don't control for population, Clinton counties were actually associated with even higher rates of hate crime than Trump counties. Obviously, they believe you should control for population, which is why they do it. But conservative outlets, the Daily Signal and the Daily Wire, misrepresent this line. Here's the Daily Signal, which is run by Tucker Carlson, which starts out by telling you that Trump rallies didn't cause hate crimes, but also tells you that Clinton rallies actually do cause hate crimes. The Daily Wire, which is run by Ben Shapiro, does the exact same thing in the reverse order. Again, if you actually look at the data, this is false. Either both Trump and Clinton cause hate crimes if you don't account for population, or if you do account for population, they both don't cause hate crimes. Hanlon's razor tells us to assume stupidity, not malice. So I'll assume that the Daily Signal and the Daily Wire both just don't understand the Reason study and repeated the authors verbatim. If so, then they're guilty of exactly the same thing that they accuse the mainstream outlets of trusting the authors at their word and not actually reading the study for themselves. Here's where I usually do my own data analysis to prove that, in fact, hate crimes do correlate with Trump rallies. Fortunately, Edwards and Rush in 2018 already did it for me. In my opinion, they address all the problems with Feinberg et al. 2019. First, Edwards and Russian checked that their results hold whether they use counts or proportion, even though ultimately they did use the simple counts, i.e. the number of hate crimes, because it makes their results easier to interpret and it makes their results more statistically powerful. Feinberg et al. Did not do any of this checking, because if they had, they would have come to the same conclusion as Reason and not fucking published the op-ed. Second, Edwards and Russian's data is a time series, meaning that they tracked hate crimes nationwide over time using the FBI's UCR or Uniform Crime Report data, whereas Feinberg et al. Only used 1 year of data. Because most counties had 0 hate crimes in any given quarter, this study, like Feinberg et al., can't claim that any particular county saw an increase in hate crimes, but they can claim that the average county, which voted for Trump at more than 70%, saw an average increase of 0.25 hate crimes per quarter from the previous quarter or previous year. If the county's Trump vote was 60% or lower, then there was no significant increase or decrease because all these confidence intervals overlap 0 and again are insignificant. Third, given that counties that voted Clinton tend to be bigger cities but saw no increase in hate crimes, this resolves the Reason criticism that more hate crimes would tend to occur in bigger places. All that said, Edwards and Russian do acknowledge their limitations, unlike Feinberg et al. They can only prove correlation, not causality, meaning that they can't know whether Trump's election caused the hate crimes caused Trump's election, or some third variable caused both. However, Trump's election causing these hate crimes seems the most obvious conclusion. The magnitude of this increase is enormous. They calculate that 2,048 additional hate crimes were conducted after Trump's election, which is almost half as many additional hate crimes were conducted after 9/11, which itself was the biggest increase in the United States history. To summarize, the most commonly cited study that links Trump to hate crimes is bullshit, and you shouldn't cite it. But another study provides strong links between Trump and hate crimes. This is Socialism Done Left for Commie College, and if you like the video, feel free to re-educate the like button.
Squeeze my hog.